It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll play host to a battle between conferences. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Detroit Lions under the lights on Monday night.
Call it Motown, call it the Motor City. To Lions fans, this is home. Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson on hand. Greg, you get to a game like this and you love the matchup because as we watch and get ready, you just watch the highlight after highlight of the ball in the air, down the field. We got two big-arm quarterbacks going head-to-head here in this one.
And if you love offensive football and you love high-level quarterback play, we've got a matchup that I think you're going to be pretty excited to sit down and take in alongside us because every blade of grass is an opportunity to deliver the ball. And the amount of pressure on these defenses to defend the entire field, knowing there is no throw off limit, there is no route that cannot be unleashed. This is the ultimate test for any defense when you have two quarterbacks like this lined up under center.
Here's Craig Reynolds to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. #1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. On play action, Goff. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Goff's go-to guy, St. Brown. Amon-Ra gives the Lions a 1st down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Open man downfield, it's Laporta. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. From the gun, it's Goff. This one caught at the 4.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
They'll bring St. Brown in motion. They'll run with Gibbs. Let's give him a yard down to the 3-yard line. Third and goal. They'll run with Gibbs. No place to run there. Good job by the D to stop him at the 2.
How about this for a goal line stand, Mike? Your back's against the wall, back-to-back plays, you hold tight. They set themselves up here to defend a 4th and goal try.
Want to finish this opening drive with 6, so the decision is go for it on 4th and goal. They'll try it now with Montgomery, and he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it. And they stuff him on 4th down.
Well, clearly this coach wanted to come out aggressive early. They decide not to settle for the field goal by going for it on 4th and goal, and they are turned away. What a great stop early in this game by this defense.
So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick of the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
His skill set can be determined by the letter A. Arm talent, accurate, athletic, and he's got a kind of aura about him. There's something special that they know when he's under center, we have a shot. 1st-round pick. He's got everything you want for the quarterback position. He needs to take that next step from being a legitimate bona fide franchise quarterback to a superstar in the NFL.
And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. On 4th down, out is J.K. Scott to punt for the Chargers. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. This will be returned from just beyond midfield. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field. The Lions offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They'll start with a short field, looking for the first points of this contest, and they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. On 1st down, it's Goff. It is caught left side by St. Brown. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Third and 5. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
Bates' kick is good. And the Lions are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Motion man, set right. Run now for the rookie out of Georgia. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Conklin goes in motion. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line, but the official signal, he's got enough for the 1st down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
They'll run it for the first time with Najee Harris. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
That's complete to the TCU man, Quentin Johnston. A gain there of 16 yards. It's good for a Charger 1st down.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
Lad McConkey, the one he was looking for. It's 2nd down.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
That's a short one taken in by Conklin. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. It's the Lions who have the early lead. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. Third down, 3 to go. Here's a toss, right side. Yeah! It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, LA.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Out of the gun, here's Herbert. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And he'll get this across midfield as he's brought down, following a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Goff to throw. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch. Stays in bounds. And he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Goff. This throw taken in by Amon-Ra. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
3rd and real long. This is where your defensive line has to come to life. They decided to keep extra blockers in the backfield, but it didn't matter. They were able to bring him down for a sack and brings up 4th down.
So, on 4th down, the Lions send out Jack Fox to punt. On the return for the Chargers, it's Darius Davis. Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. The Chargers offense ready to see what they can do. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Looking to set up the screen there, but he decides not to force it, and it's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Now Herbert throwing on 2nd down. Open man downfield is Conklin. That one good for 29.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. From the gun, it's Herbert. Now the ball thrown deep for Johnston.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Now give on the ground, and he'll work his way down inside the 40. Jack Campbell, the former 1st-round pick, there to wrap him up. Here's a 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Herbert. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
And Herbert going to slide to a stop, but he's got it. He's picked up a first down. 10 yards to pick up there, and that'll get him a new set of downs. "7-3 is the score. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. On first down, Herbert. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Herbert to the air again. That's to the left side, pulled in by Conklin. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 6. Again, they'll throw with Herbert. He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Tyler Conklin. Touchdown, LA.
And that was just a great drive. Really, from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Point after now from Dicker. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Throwing here is Goff. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. On 2nd down, Goff. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Throwing on 2nd down, Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. So we hit halftime, and the visiting Chargers are on top as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it, and for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Now return coming from the 7. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll stick with him again. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Johnston motioning over. Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Second and 7. Herbert to throw.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Harris, the man in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Now a screen set up for Harris. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the 1st down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers going to open up a 17-3 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So, Dicker back out after the field goal. He'll send this one away. Reynolds now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. First and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now, Goff. That pass caught by Amon-Ra. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
On 1st down, it's Goff. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That one taken in by St. Brown. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
First and 10 now from the 36. Williams in motion. Off the play fake, here's Goff. He'll get this out wide. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Here's Goff. This one caught by Patrick. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Third and a yard. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. To throw is Goff. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
That is caught at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown.
And he will dive into the end zone. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions are able to cut into the lead. It's now 17-10. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Justin Herbert back out there. He and the Chargers getting set to go once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Shotgun now for Herbert. Coming free is Conklin. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback He put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
And he'll get this up close to a first down, working it to the 33-yard line. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. There is his tight end, Disley. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. Fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion. At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
So a pair of first downs moves him out to the 47-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Herbert to the air again. That is brought in. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Now it's Herbert. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. From the gun, it's Herbert. This one caught at the 4. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Quentin Johnston, touchdown Chargers. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Kicker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chargers move out to a 24-10 lead. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. The return starts from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Lions offense headed back to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Williams in motion. On throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
From the gun, it's Goff. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Derwin James. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Point after now from Dicker. His kick is good. And the Chargers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. This taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Lions offense ready to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Throwing, Goff. Catch is made. That is Williams. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
A 2nd down throw for Goff. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now Goff. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught! What about that? Out of bounds, all the way down inside the 15. It is a big play there for the Lions. 65 yards. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Tim Patrick, touchdown Detroit. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to get back to work. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Herbert. That one complete to Johnston. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock, and without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Second and a yard. A handoff as they try to run it here. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. And he's across midfield, and more importantly, he's got the first down at the 49-yard line.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll stay on the ground. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. One of the tight ends motions right. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. Following the penalty, he'll run it. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. Looking middle, and he'll get it complete to McConkey. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Now a give up the middle. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. And now at 1:52, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. Handoff here, up the middle. Here's the third and final timeout for the Lions. We'll talk things over before third down. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chargers will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So, Dicker back out after the field goal. He'll send this one away. Reynolds now on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. On play action, Goff. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target, and that will lead to a 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Goff's go-to guy, St. Brown, Amon-Ra, gives the Lions a first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
He's got Laporta open on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 10. It's a gain of 29, and it's first and goal.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves first and goal inside the low red zone.
Patrick motioning here. Goff going to throw here on first and 10. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but then once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
Throwing on second down, Goff. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball. And right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up.
From the gun, on third down, it's Goff. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
The offense will stay out there, but they've got some yards to pick up. Fourth down and goal. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. What a terrific play at the back of the end zone. Greg, that is so hard to do, but something you did during your career. How do guys pull that off?
Yeah, the key here, Mike, is the concentration to not only see the ball, but then you have to feel the ground. You have to know exactly where you are in the back line of the end zone. And tell you what, this is about as good as it gets. Come down with the ball, 2 feet in bounds, touchdown.
Looking to double up here, score the touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
Set to go now on first and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
Who wants my jersey? Are you kidding me?
Oh, come on, man!
So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from downtown Detroit.